Have you guys heard of the bad wig theory? It's ironic I said that though. There's a great TikTok video from someone who was like, you know, accreditation, like psychology and stuff. But the bad wig theory, it's where it's in the black community. It's like a inside joke that white men will date black women even if they have bad wigs, and they won't know that they have a bad wig on. Like their edges won't be laid, or it's like all crusty. Like to anyone who's understands wig and weave installation and who understands black hair would see that that's somebody who either doesn't know how to do it themselves properly, or you know is just a little rugged. But it's a bad wig theory. But white men, or men who are not of black heritage or culture, don't mind. I could be butchering this because at least she's trying, is what the science, the psychology is behind it. Because, and it's a whole deep thing, and it goes into like a lot of psychological, like social statements about how society views black women and how their expectations for black women are so much lower because, and for most, psychologically they see, everyone else sees black women as not as feminine as, you know, the white counterparts or other races. So the standard of becoming feminine is so much higher, or like the threshold. It's hard for me to talk about these things because I don't really talk about this to the public. These are just private conversations I have with my friends and family. So forgive me if I'm butchering this information, but it's like, they're like, oh, well, wow, the like white men who date black women, or who would date a black woman even if their wigs are shit, she's trying. It's a recognizable effort. It's like, oh, she's trying to fit into a gender norm, putting on makeup, doing your hair, dressing well, being put together as a woman is like signaling to the opposite sex that, oh, she's trying to fit into society, she's trying to fit the role of being a female, a feminine woman, right? And that's something they can recognize, and so they will gravitate towards that and more or less think she's great, even if she looks jank, you know. But they don't really care because at least she's trying, and the standards are so low for black women, if that makes sense, at like how to look good, right? Which is it's an interesting thought experiment. Interesting thought experiment to think about, or to rationalize and to see it. It's unfortunate because I don't think black women are unfeminine. I think all women can be feminine. All races can be feminine. And yeah, I am. I mean, not often, but I've definitely been on the receiving end of, in dating white men who fetishize, I see it as, even in the smallest way, mixed race women or women with curly hair. Like, it's gotten to the point now where it's like, every time someone's like, oh my god, I love your hair, like, don't ever straighten it, you look too plain with it, with straight hair, or like, god, they just want to touch it, they keep going on about how beautiful I am around my curly hair. I often wonder, I'm like, if my hair was straight, would you even like take another look at me? Or if I looked less exotic, or if I looked more white, would you even like me? Or if my skin was too dark, was darker, would you feel the same way? Like, it's always interesting, because when I find someone attractive, I don't really think of it as race. It's like bone structure, facial features. I try not to, at least, you know, use biases or stereotypes as to why I'm attracted to somebody. Traditionally, I've always dated white guys because that's what I've known, right? I grew up in the suburbs. My dad's white, you know? But my longer-term relationships, the successful ones, have all been with people of color, because we had similar experiences at the end of the day. And they didn't, like, just see me as the color of my skin or my heritage or my background or any of that. They just saw me as Jasmine the person, not Jasmine the mixed girl. If that makes sense. And I don't want to have to explain things to my partner that I feel like just fucking read a book, you know, or talk to a person of color. It's not my job to educate you on why I wear a bonnet at night. Because then it makes me feel like, oh, like it's not normal. Which I don't think that's their intention. It's usually come from a place of genuine curiosity, but it's kind of just like, but then it's like also, what do you know about bonnets? How many black women you fucking? You know what I mean? But that's more of a joke than it is a serious thought. Okay, let me stop talking and actually read the comments and actually interact with you guys. Like Candle Wick or John Wick? Oh, wig. Sorry. I meant wig, like hair wig. One arm was robotic, the other one was real. So if you want, you could go to that road with a robotic arm. That would be pretty sick. I heard wig too. Very true about the wig. Oh, you think so, Druid? I mean, we don't know the difference. Yeah, as a white man, I know nothing of this theory. Well, I don't know the difference between a good wig and a bad wig. I do want to hear it though. That's what I'm saying. Like, because you're not, and the reason why you wouldn't know, a white man wouldn't know, is because they don't interact with a lot of black people or black culture. So how would they know? You know what I mean? If you don't interact with a lot of different black people on an everyday basis or talk to them or have them in your life, you're not going to know that, hey, her wig's not laid correctly. You're just going to think, oh, wow, that's cool. She's wearing a wig. She cares. She wants to look good. Or this is a beauty thing for her, you know? Like, this is her getting ready. That's cool, right? I don't know. I see what you're saying, though. Also, most white boys don't know what 4C is. C4? Does this have to translate into a racial thing? Not being a dick, but that thought also translates in just about everyone who has perceived effort into their appearance. Yes, it goes... The basis starts from, like, oh, just people putting in effort. But the reason why the bad wig theory exists is because it's like, for black women who date white men, it's funny that that's how it manifests itself. Like, to an average person who understands, a black person or person of color who understands wig installation, they'll see this is a shitty wig. It's like, oh, her eyebrows are all fucked up. Everybody knows my eyebrows are all fucked up. But, you know, she tried. That's kind of like the mentality, I guess. I'm not saying I agree with it or I think it's right. People get too into things like that. Like, yes, a girl can have a nice curly hair, but there's more to her. What's your definition of feminine? Hi, Mary. I think feminine can be a myriad of things. But for me, it's, I don't know. I feel like anything that feels intrinsically like, things that I would have shied away from when I was younger. To me, it's getting back to girly things and things that stand out to me that are maybe more traditional and not. To me, it's like kind of like, oh, I like this. But I also like masculine things. I like, you know, wearing men's t-shirts or like dressing more masculine or doing masculine things. Ooh. I think it's a balance of both. Why would they even date you if your hair was curly or straight? I don't know, Druid. I don't know. Ask them. I'm not mad at you. I don't know. Hi, Ray. How are you? Exotic is my thing. I've always dated different ethnicities. My own find me less attractive, but women everywhere find me more exotic. If my girl was wearing a bonnet to sleep, I wouldn't give it a second thought. Sleep however you feel most comfortable with. Shit, my hair be long and I wake up with messy hair. Let me get one of those bonnets. Yeah, and it's not a race thing, too. I think everyone should wear bonnets because you don't want the fucking gunk from your hair on your pillow on your face. And it protects your hair so it's not drying out or you have a style you want to... I don't know. I don't know. When I first met you, you had straight hair and I thought, wow. I didn't see you with your curls until a week or two later. Still thought, wow. Aww. Fear man, thank you. I always sleep with a silk pillow just in case. That's good. Oh, so you mean the wig is the marker of effort for black people? Yes. Kinda, yes. Listen, I'm not an expert at this. I'm just regurgitating information that I heard off of TikTok. Okay? that I mildly resonate with. Same way as masculinity can be a broad